All right, this is Lynn with Lynns Hangouts, and we're here tonight at Streets of London in West Sacramento, partying down with the awesome RedRadio band. Yeah, very cool. Been a fun first set. And tonight I'm actually interested in getting Bryan Fields' story, the percussionist for RedRadio. So thanks, Bryan, for hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Very cool. You're very welcome. It's been so fun.
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, first set, just people out there dancing, loving it.
Yeah, everybody's having fun already. I like it.
Very fun. Very nice venue.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. Outdoors.
Yeah,
so,
I like when it's cool outside.
It's very cool.
I don't seem to get too overheated.
Yeah, because you can definitely do that when you're back there behind the kit. Very true.
Oh, yeah.
So. Well, let's start with your musical history, and then I have some additional fun questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, what started your love of the percussion? How and when?
Let's see. I've been doing music since I was in, I think, first or second grade. My mom wanted me to be in band, which I love, when people make their kids get in there because you learn so much, you learn discipline and all that.
Right, true.
And I started with French horn.
Oh.
And since I had to walk like miles to school and I had to carry it, and I was like this tall until I was like a senior.
It was the French horn taller than you.
The French horn was huge. So I went from French horn to cornet, and then I went to clarinet, and then I went to bass clarinet.
Okay.
So I always liked the saxophone when I was a kid, and that's kind of like what that is. But I was gonna stop when I got into high school. My mom was like wanting me to go in. I was like, well, if I can switch to drums, I'll stay in.
Oh, nice.
So because I've always, like a kid, kids like drums and listen to watch music videos and start playing in their air drumming.
Yeah, true.
So I want to do that, and so when I went into high school is when I switched, about 13, 14.
Nice, but you already had the theory behind you, so it must not have been
I kind of did, yeah, just from watching drummers and see how they cross their hands if they're regular right-handed and how it was done, and so I kind of been practicing on friends' drum sets. And
very nice, very nice. And then you went in there, and so, did you have any formal lessons though?
I took lessons because they said I hadn't been in drums before, so I should. They already knew I knew how to read music.
Yeah.
But when I went in, I learned how to do a drum roll because I never knew how to do that.
Nice.
And I learned about the bouncing the sticks and stuff. But that's really all I took out of it. I did like 3 or 4 lessons, and then it kept going back to music lessons and reading music. And I was like, well, I already know how to do that. So as soon as I learned the difference between where the notes are and the drums are all in one line.
It just reads different.
Yeah,
Same stuff.
Yeah. So.
You got that down. It's like, oh, ho-hum, boring.
Yeah.
To the drums.
Yeah. So then I just started watching my friends that were older than me in high school on the marching band, and they were doing little things, and so I'd learn how they're doing it and learn little, and just got
picked it up
kind of went better from there.
Awesome, very cool, and you're so precise. I love it. You're a very good drummer. Love watching you.
I've been called technical, which I didn't know. I didn't know I was, but I guess I like to. If there's something in the track that we're doing, I like to make sure it's done that way. And, it's always a little fun, something fun. And other drummers they're like, oh, he did that because I heard that in the song, but I didn't know how they did that or whatever.
Nice.
So I like to do that.
Then there can't be anything wrong with being technical.
Exactly.
Very
I like
cool. That's awesome. It sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. Well, when did you first join a band, and what band?
I played with a friend of mine was a guitarist, and so he came over. He was like the first person to start just playing in the garage to songs. He'd play, like Metallica, and I'd play the drums for it, and so I'd start learning songs for that. But I say the first band where it was like rehearsals and gigs was a band called Obliteration back in Dixon, Illinois.
Oh, nice.
And so we actually had 6 originals. We actually recorded a tape and a cassette tape.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
And it's cool because, when I moved out here, I of course had to leave that behind, but 3 of the members, I think, went on to form another band that got to play the Milwaukee Metal Fest with Overkill and Biohazard, and I was like,
what?
I'm happy for you guys, but come on.
But that's when you moved out here?
That's when I moved out here, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Should wait a couple more years.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I missed it, but
that's unbelievable. But actually, you and I were chatting one time, and you did tell me some other information about some. I'm just going to call it Touch of Fame. So when you were actually in a Metallica tribute band called Whiplash, you opened for Quiet Riot.
Did.
Yes, and then when you were also in a Southern country rock band, you opened for Billy Idol.
Yes.
So please tell us what that was like, and if these touches with fame changed your musical direction.
Well, the Metallica one was cool because it was just us and Quiet Riot, and so they kind of played rock stars and they stayed out in their thing for most of it until they were ready to go on. But their drummer actually broke his bass pedal right before the show.
Oh.
So he had to come up and ask me if he could use mine. So that was cool.
Oh, that's really
So I got to
cool.
hang out and
you're like,
watch the show.
like, can you autograph it first?
Exactly. It's like, I don't know what you did to yours, but don't do it to mine.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
already
true.
it's
Good
already
point.
important because you're playing on it. It's so cool.
awesome.
And then within years, Kevin DuBrow died, and so I was like, that was so cool. I got a chance to do that before that happened.
I know, right?
So-
Very cool.
And then the Billy Idol one was it was called the Redwood Run up in somewhere. Up in, it was past Reading, because I know it was like 4 hours away.
Oh, wow.
And so I had to drive all the way up there, and he came on a little bit later than we did, but we had some issues with the band. I ended up leaving the band. That was actually my last gig with that band.
Oh, wow.
So
that's kind of a
so
good way to
kind
go
of,
out.
yeah, but it's kind of, so when we were done, it was just kind of like, all right, you know,
Bye, guys.
I'm leaving.
We're done.
I'm going home. I got to go 5 hours home, and then I got to be up to play at the church tomorrow, which I play at every week. And
Oh, wow.
so
Busy life.
I didn't get to stay and see Billy Idol, but
That's
I
too
could have.
bad.
But it was cool to, you know, the fact that
Yeah.
I knew he was there on the premises and he was going to play
no doubt
after
watching
us.
you and
Yeah.
anything from a monitor. So.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
so-
That's
so it's
awesome.
still cool.
Yeah, I love that. Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, I also heard a rumor that your grandfather shared a stage with Louis Armstrong. So please share this amazing piece of family history.
Yes, for the longest time I thought he was in the band because
Oh, wow.
I have this I don't know if it was a promotional photo or whatever, but my aunt actually will probably comment on this video and tell you the
nice.
actual story.
Oh, awesome.
But she because I
Better
posted
interview
it
her next.
exactly. She told me that he was actually performing before Louis Armstrong's band.
Oh,
So
okay.
he kind of opened for Louis Armstrong. But I have this picture that I have on my Facebook albums where my grandpa is there and Louis Armstrong's off to the side and Jack Teagarden's off to the side, and it's like, but it says Rusty Fields really big, and then with Louis Armstrong. So it's like, really was my grandpa that cool? And he was he played piano and so he was musical, but he also was he was an entertainer. He was a comedian and stuff. So
nice.
so I like
Very
to
cool.
think that's where I get some of my
Yeah.
that's where I get some of my comedy from.
I'm thinking so, yeah, because you do have that flair about you. I love that. That's so cool. Well, what an awesome story.
Yeah, it's very
That's
cool.
Very cool, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was for not just one gig, it was quite a few.
I don't actually know. I mean, they had the big picture for it, so I thought it might have been a few gigs.
Right, that's what I
And
was
I thought he played with them, but the last time I posted it, my aunt was like, actually, this is what happened, but he got to play with them and blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
So
nice.
if my aunt sees this, my Aunt Judy, she'll pop on and
Okay.
probably collaborate
Judy, we're expecting that from you, please. Please give us the details. That's awesome. I love it. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, so the additional questions that I wanted to ask you center around a certain zombie movie made in 2009 that you had the pleasure of being part of.
That's true.
So it's called Dead Exit, and you were one of the zombies. And so please tell us how you got the part, where this took place, and what it was like being a zombie.
I love zombies. I
Yeah,
love
nice.
doing horror stuff. I've always been into horror movies and Halloween, and I do makeup and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I've made myself as a zombie a few times, and my friend from church, David Dill, actually knew somebody somehow. He just texted me a picture of him as a zombie, and he's like this tall, thin black dude,
Yeah.
and he looked like the guy from the cover from was it Dawn of the Dead, the old school picture,
yes.
the black guy with the red flannel.
Yeah.
He looked just like. I was
Oh,
like,
man.
what are you doing, and how do I get involved?
Right?
And he's like, oh, I got a friend. We're over in West Sacramento, and he's like, yeah, come down. They need other people. So I went down there 3 different days, and
You just put the makeup
and
on.
I just went down there, and they just kind of put the gray on and a few little cuts and stuff because it was going to be mostly like big shots.
Oh, gotcha.
So they didn't do a lot of blending.
Gotcha.
They did a few people that were going to
Right.
be close up, but
Right.
and I actually told them that I knew how to do a lot of that. So I actually got to I have a picture somewhere where I actually got to jump in there and help do the makeup
Nice.
because I knew how a little bit. So that
Very
was really
cool.
cool.
Very cool.
But yeah, and I brought my own. I had my own whiteout contacts
Oh,
from
nice.
other Halloweens, and so they saw that. They're like, "Oh, that's very cool. We can use that." So there's actually a spot on the trailer where the guy looks out the kitchen window, and
Yeah.
I'm like full frame,
You're like right there.
on the window.
Oh
and
my God, so you got
I
a
had hair then,
close-up.
but but if you can make it out, it's me. Yeah, I got a close up
so
there.
you got a close up. That's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
awesome.
very cool.
How fun. And if they ask you to do more, you do it?
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
I'm on
fun.
Facebook with the director and
sweet.
there was like 3 main actors in there, and I'm friends with all them.
Well, we're looking forward to that
So,
time.
yeah, I
Let us
would love
know.
that.
We'll come
That'd be
out and cheer you on. Oh.
Yes, that'd be
That's
great. I
awesome.
love it.
Very cool. Well, that was awesome. Thank you so much for a very, very cool interview. I know that they're getting ready to call you back,
Yeah.
so I guess we better get some chug of beer and get on back to stage.
Duty
but,
calls.
Yeah, I know, duty. But this was so fun. Thank you so much. Awesome
I love
interview. Can't wait to post it. You're
Thank
gonna
you.
love it.
Thank you.
And Aunt Judy's gonna love it.
Yes.
Thank you, Bryan.
All right, thank you.